Hello folks and welcome to another episode of Shogun Total War, where I'm playing as the Shimazu Clan. And in the last episode, I started my war against the Imagawa, and I essentially almost pushed them off of this island. I've almost completely taken control of the island of Kyushu. There is a little stronghold, a little bastion of Imagawa soldiers hold up in this castle here. But since I have this province, they can no longer support or reinforce their soldiers using this port. And I'm going to be assaulting... Yes, there's only 35 men in this castle, and most of them are archers. So I will be assaulting this castle with my daimyo's army, and making sure that I end this siege. The other option of doing this is that I could be... so it says up here that it's only going to hold out for one season. That actually means two, kind of. So that means this season and then next season, and then it would fall. So I could starve them out, but I'm kind of in a time crunch. I'd rather just take this over as fast as possible so I can move on. And in addition to that, as you can see here, there's some public order issues going on here, and this is actually kind of scary. I don't want anything. I don't want any uprisings to happen here, and one good way of making sure that doesn't happen is to eliminate the Imagawa clan and getting rid of any resistance in this area. As far as anything else I can do to make sure that uprisings don't happen, my tax rates are as low as they can go. Yeah, I can't move anyone else into these provinces. It's 94% and that's 86%. So this is kind of dicey, but that's the best I can do for now. And other than that, I can just cross my fingers and hope it works out. As far as this episode, what I plan on doing is that I'm going to start planning my invasion for this island of Shikoku. Now, I don't want to go right into a war with the Mori clan. First off, because if I try to attack through Nagato, it's a really thin, narrow stretch of land here. It's essentially just it's a 2-province width, and it doesn't give me a lot of flexibility. It doesn't give me a lot of room to maneuver and essentially take their provinces. It's just kind of a brute force battle, and that's tricky because this is in the early campaign, and it's going to be, I don't really have the funds to sort of fund that sort of brute force push through these lands. So what I'd rather do is try to hold Nagato and hold here, and yes, I can build up and start, get some forces going here, but I want to take the island of Shikoku. Now, there's some riches to be had here. It's not the richest area in the map, but I can make some money here. The provinces generally are pretty easy to take. It's just rebels. Except, and this is one of the main reasons why I want to take Shikoku, is that the Tosa province is not easy to take. It's tough. The rebels here actually build up troops, and they actually start building up some pretty solid troops early on in the campaign. And if I wait too long, it's going to be really hard to take. Let me be honest with you, I usually lose this battle on the first time. Almost every single time. I think I've won it on the first time once. So this is tricky, and I want to take it before they build up too strong. I mean, they even start getting some decent little generals in there. And if I try, so like the other option you might be thinking is, well, whatever, just like push through, through here and push Mori out through here, and maybe Mori will have to be forced to take Tosa. And let me just tell you that he won't. He just won't. Mori will never be able to take Tosa. They're just too strong. So in that case, it's best if I just do it myself. And yeah, so that's gonna be my plan. For this episode, hopefully I can get a little bit into that. I'd like to get this battle done before this episode's over. And on that note, let's just make sure everything's being built. I'm still building peasants because I'm still poor. And here I am building shinobi because I want to use these guys. These agents are essentially sort of my FBI units. They can kind of go into my own provinces and fix up public order issues by making sure the peasants are behaving. So I'm getting him built up. Hopefully I don't have any revolts in this turn. And let's see, I can check the geopolitical situation of Japan currently. As we can see, so okay, this is hard to see, but I know that this is a different color here. This is black. This is still held by the Takeda clan. Mori did take their 2 other provinces here. So Takeda is just hanging on for dear life here. And then Oda is in the yellow, and they're having a hard time of it fighting against all of these rebels here. And they typically do have a really hard time fighting the rebels in central Japan. Then here, the light blue is the Imagawa clan. So these are the guys I just push off of Kyushu. And they tend to do okay here in the central Japan conflict. They don't really need these provinces that I took from them. So they're going to be okay for now. And then Takeda still has these three provinces here. And yeah, once they lose their provinces here, they tend to go a little limp. They don't do a whole lot. They're kind of stuck between the Hojo, which are these purple provinces, and then the Imagawa. And unfortunately, yeah, Takeda just kind of gets stuck for a little while. And then we have the Usugi here in the dark blue. And they've already lost one of their main, probably one of the most important provinces in the game. They've lost that to the Imagawa, which is Shinano. That's always taken on the very first turn of the game. So if we now look at the, let's see, go into here and look at diplomacy. I'm still at war with the Imagawa, but once I push these guys off, a automatic ceasefire will be declared because we won't be sharing any land boundaries, or land borders, I mean. As I said, Mori and Takeda are at war with each other, and let's see, Imagawa, yes, they attacked Usugi, so they are at war with them. And the Usugi, so yes, they got attacked by the Imagawa, but also the Hojo. Now, I want to go back into here. What was that? Who attacked who, I wonder? I wonder if the Usugi actually attacked the Hojo. Okay, that's worth keeping an eye on. And another thing worth keeping an eye on is here. Now this is my heir, and he's about to become of age when he turns 16 years old. And when he becomes 16, then he can start leading armies into battle himself. And essentially he'll be given a unit that he's embedded in. Now, the unit that he's embedded in is actually really, really important because a lot of his survival depends on him being able to survive battles. See, my daimyo on one hand is super strong, and it's really hard to kill him in battles. But heirs, on the other hand, they're just other guys. I mean, I don't think they have any sort of hard-coded bonuses to their survival in game. So you just have to make sure you take care of their unit, and you have to make sure that their unit itself is capable of defending itself. So don't let him be spawned in a unit of Yari Ashigaru. You know, he's going to run away and he's going to get run down, and it's going to suck because that's your son, and you need them to carry on the legacy of your clan. See, the way this game works is that if the daimyo dies and there's no sons left that are of age to lead the clan, then that's game over. That's it. So with all that being the case, you would think that there's a really easy way to keep track of the age of your sons to make sure that they appear in the right unit, right? Well, there's not. There's not an easy way. You just have to keep on checking here and saying, okay, he's 15 years old. Let's see, so in a couple of turns he's going to be 16. Great, awesome, but how do I make sure he appears in the unit that I want him to appear in? Well, so the way that the turns work here, and I think I talked a little bit about this in the last episode, maybe not, but the way they work is that the turns are always resolved from left to right. Always. So any battles, when you fight multiple battles in the same turn, it's always going to be the left turnmost battle fought, and then the right turnmost battle fought. And then going from there, there's other ways to think about this. So for example, if you are spending money on a bunch of things like units and buildings and so on and so forth, but you're not really keeping track of your budget, then you're going to run out of money. And you might wonder, well, okay, whatever, I don't really care, but you know, what units are going to be built then if I run out of money? Well, it's always going to be prioritized with the lefternmost province, you know, whatever's being built in the lefternmost provinces. Now let's extrapolate that information and put that onto the heir status, right? How does it work for heirs? Well, that means that the heir is going to be leading the unit that's being produced in the lefternmost province when he turns 16 years old. And 16 years old specifically is going to be the spring of his 16th year. So if we go back into this and look, so it's summer of 1531, he's 15 years old. So he's not going to turn 16 this year, but it's going to be, so we're going to look at autumn winter, and then spring. So just a couple turns from now, he's going to be 16 years old, he's going to be of age, and he's going to appear in a unit. I want to make sure that unit is a group of samurai archers, so I can keep them out of battle as well as I can. So I have to keep an eye on that. If I don't, and you guys might see a really classic fail if I just like forget to do that, because what's terrifying is that I am actually producing a lot of Yari Ashigaru right now. I need them. I can't afford, you know, professional soldiers. So yeah, hopefully I don't forget to do that. Anyway, moving on. I think I'm ready to end this turn. There's nothing else I can do. I just want to check. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, as far as buildings go, I just want to spend the rest of my money on soldiers and shinobi. So I'm not going to build anything else. Let me just cross my fingers and hope that no rebellions happen. Okay, phew. Sweet. I'm going to command this assault personally. I just want to minimize casualties, and there's another very special reason, and if it happens, then I'll tell you about it. And this gives you a chance to see the castle battles. Alright. Nagasaki. Fine day, yes, I will attack. And there we have it, the Grand Castle of Nagasaki. And let's see, let me just make sure I group my soldiers. And do that, group my army, and we're off to the races. And since I know, so I know he just has, yeah, 4 Yari Samurai and the rest of them are Yari, 4 Yari Samurai and the rest of them are Yari Archers, or Samurai Archers. So, let me just speed it up a little bit. And what I would like to do is, let's see, I'm tempted to just send my daimyo in. I think my daimyo could take all of this, and the thing with my daimyo is that these 10 soldiers that are his bodyguard, they essentially just kind of I don't want to say regenerate, but I'm able to just get a full unit of 10 more replaced at 0 cost, regardless of how many I lose in a battle. So it's tempting just to send them right in, and therefore I won't be getting any casualties on the rest of my army. But before I do that, I think I want to take out these spearmen first. Even 4 spearmen can do, they're kind of nasty. I mean, spears really have a good bonus against cavalry in this game, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I may as well just play it safe. I don't want my daimyo to die. So I'm probably just going to keep my infantry out of this battle. And let's see, are they shooting? Yes, they are. So in this case, I just want to make sure that my my samurai archers are spread out in loose formations, so they take as few casualties as possible. And all I really want them to do in this battle is to take out those 4 guys. Yes, now they're shooting. Yes, if they can just take out these 4 spearmen, then I'll send my daimyo in and go from there. Just taking a few knocks. Let's see, how are we looking? 4, okay. And it looks like, so you can see by the animations that not a lot of them are even firing right now. So oops, no, not that. What I'm gonna do is, I want to bring these guys up a little bit more and condense the formation a little bit, just so that they can all fire. And I can bring these guys up just a teensy bit. Alright, let's see if I can take care of these guys. Alright, there's one down, two down. And that's probably good enough. I'm just gonna send my daimyo now. There we go. Spearman's all gone, and now just to send him in. And that's good enough. I don't want my archers doing anything else. I'm just gonna let my daimyo do the rest of the killing and let him finish this off. And I can just speed it up. And there we go. So 35 lost, 35 heads taken, 19 men lost. So it's, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of strategical variance in siege battles. It's just a box, and there's not even a gate. It's just a hole in the box, and you just have to force your way in through brute force. It's best to bring a lot of archers and try to thin down the numbers as much as possible, but in some cases that's not possible either. So it's yeah, the sieges aren't the best aspect of this game, let me just put it that way. But just wait until you see the large castles. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for that. Let's see, moving on to this one. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about when I said I wanted to fight this battle because something special might happen. The legendary swordsman event is something that's very important to playing as a Shimazu. So one of my warriors has achieved the status of legendary swordsman, which I may now found a oh God, I can't talk. You may now found a school of swordsmanship. And so what this means is I can build a legendary sword dojos, and legendary sword dojos are what's necessary so that I can produce Nodachi swordsmen. And if you remember from the first episode, Nodachi swordsmen is essentially the unique unit for the Shimazu clan. What they are, if you don't know what a Nodachi is, it's just a huge big ass sword. It's like the size of a human, I think. They're massive, and the way they're represented in this game is they're essentially the shock troops of the Japanese armies. So they're really fun to play. They're high attack, high charge, low defense, low armor, high morale. And the Shimazu clan gets to build them for very cheap. And also, in addition to that, my capital province is able to produce them with a +1 honor. So it's really Nodachi centric, and I'm going to build tons of them. But all of that is locked behind this event. I need this event to happen. The way I make this happen is that I need one of my soldiers, one of my individual soldiers, to kill a certain amount of other enemy soldiers in one battle. I think that number is 7, but I'm not precisely sure on that. It doesn't really matter, but that's the reason why I sent my general's unit into that melee at the end. I had a chance where I just, had my general against a unit of 20 archers. And there's a decently high chance that one of my guys was going to get 7 kills. It may have even been my daimyo. Anyway, moving on. It's going to show a video right here in this case, and I'll let you watch it. There you have it. That's some elite swordsmanship right there. So, boys and girls, take notes if you are a swordsman hopeful someday. On that note, disappointing news: the Yusugi clan is now the richest in all Japan. No other clan has such a large annual income. That's to be expected. They have rich land, and I have poor land. So I don't care. That's just telling me things that I already know. Oh, and on that note, Yusugi has sent an emissary. Will I grant an audience? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. They're at war with the Imagawa clan, and I also fought the Imagawa clan, and yeah, why not? Why not do that?
My lord, prudent men do not turn away from the way of strategy in their
And then the audio cuts out. That's just a feature. That's just not a feature, but that's sort of a bug, I guess you could call it, from the Steam version. Yeah, there's just no fix. The throne room is kind of broken, to be honest. But anyway, let's see. I will accept this. I do
Buddha's
want
compassion go with
alliance. As I was saying in the first episode, I'm not going to be taking alliances that I think I'm going to be breaking right away. I want to role play a little bit and pretend like we're actually friends, even though in this case, in this game, in this campaign, the goal is become Shogun of Japan, and there's no other confederate diplomacy options. You just have to, kill everyone. So yes, there's a certain irony to, role playing a game where I essentially do have to make sure everyone's dead. But I still want to play. I just like playing this way. In addition to that, let's see if I show you my income here. I'm now making an additional 250 per year on alliances. So if I did want to I can rack that up and get a lot of alliances and make a decent little chunk of change. But I'm just going to take 250 for now. That's fine. Let me check that's looking much better for my public order. And now I can start moving all of my soldiers over to Nagato. I'd rather, just want to make sure that I can reinforce before, yeah, okay, so I'm fine now. Mori doesn't even have anyone in any of these territories. That's actually kind of tempting to attack, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hang tight in Nagato, and I'm going to focus my push into Iyo. Now, I'm just going to keep moving my emissary around. Now that Imagawa has been pushed off of Kyushu, I'm not that afraid of a ninja attack anymore, but I just want to, it's just a good practice to keep this guy moving around every turn anyway, just to be sure. And let's see, just want to make sure, keep moving my units up, and I can bring him into here. And him, let's see. Now it's time to think about, so I can bring all of these guys over here, and he can probably go here. Now I'm going to need some archers to take Tosa, so let me take an inventory of what archer units I have. I have a half strength unit there, and then that's a decent little archer unit, and that's it. So 1.5 archers, great. And let's see, for now, it's autumn, so see, that's tricky. I want to build another archer unit. It costs 300 koku, but I do need to keep building these shinobi. So I'm going to build a shinobi, and I'm going to build a Yari samurai. I'll go with that, and let me bump up these taxes and see if I can get away with punitive, and check. And yeah, it looks like I can get away with punitive. 117. 105 is borderline, but I have my shinobi here, so that's good. And 115. Okay, I'm going to go with that. It's just, I feel like I've had rebellions in provinces that have had 105 population loyalty. So in a lot of cases, I'm not going to be okay with that. But this shinobi here that I've just moved into this province isn't being accounted for in this province loyalty indication. So I'm going to go with that. It should be fine. Let's see, I think, okay, so let me just make sure everything's being built. Okay, shinobi and that, and I believe I'm ready to end turn now. Poor harvest. All crop revenues are down by 25%, and that's going to happen a lot in this campaign. But a treasury of 1729 is not bad, all things considered. And Lord Mori has sent an emissary. Will I grant an audience? I will not, because I intend on killing you, sir. And because I don't want to backstab you, that makes me a gentleman. Let's see, so 62 is pretty freaking low, so that's, god dang it, that's scary. I feel like I need to bring my daimyo back here just for another turn. Because that's low. Even the shinobi being brought in, even with this tax rate going all the way down. Yeah, I really don't want any sort of rebellions. I just want to be able to move on. Let's see. Okay, moving on. Got that. And now I have some money to spend. So now it's time to start thinking about secondary troop production facilities. Oh, and in addition to that, boosting my economy as well. So I want to build a spear dojo here in Heisen, and I eventually will build Heisen up to be a cavalry producing center. But to do that, I need a spear dojo first, so I'm going to go with that. And it'll also be nice just to have a secondary troop production facility. I will eventually build up Nagato to be an archer producing facility, but not now. I'm going to wait on that. Now, let's see. Also, so these three regions all have yields of farm yields of like over 300 koku per turn. So it's 320, 304, and 408. Now, and so it's not really worth it to spend money on farm upgrades unless a province is above 200 koku per turn, and it's not worth it to spend money on like the two upgrades per province unless it's over 300 koku per year. So I usually don't build these unless it's in a so I will build a farm upgrade in all of these three regions, but I'm just going to ignore all of these. I mean, look at this. It's 175, 180, 178, 174, 120, and what do we got up here? 139. So that's all very, very low. I'm just going to be spending money on farm upgrades for these three provinces. And in addition to that, I also want to start building ports. So let's see, ports. Oh, also I want to build the legendary swordsman dojo. So yeah, I'll have to build a large castle to get the dojo. Yeah, I want that right away. That's important to me. I want the large castle here, so that's the large castle, and I'm building. Let's see, I have to kind of keep track of this in my head. Spear dojo at 750, and then so it's essentially 1,000. I think I'm spending 1,000. So if I'm doing that, then that gives me another essentially around 700 koku to spend for the rest of the year, which is not a lot. It's 4 turns, basically. Let me think. There, I can get this shinobi out here. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on shinobi production for this year and just this year. And, oh, I also have to keep in mind that I do have this heir that is going to be coming of age soon. So I should not forget about that. I want to make sure I have 300 koku for next turn, which will be easy. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to go, I'm just going to play it safe. And just in case I did my math wrong, I'm just going to go with a unit of peasants here, just to keep those numbers being pumped out. And let's see. Still no units here in Tosa, so it's good. Yeah, I just really want to take Tosa as fast as possible. So hopefully that'll do to settle this down. Having these 2 shinobi here will help this public order in these areas. And for the time being, these 4 units hopefully should deter Mori from attacking. Alright, moving on. Alright, nothing happened. Great, cool. And let's see, now that's going down. Yeah, just move them over. And I will move him over. Let's see, 160, 130. Oh, I'll just keep switching them around. Make sure that all these 3 provinces are staying happy. And let's see, now it's spring and he is unassigned, so that means that, let's see, okay, so I got a 1-star general here. So since I have a 0 stars general up here, I'm going to start moving this guy up here. And let's see, him, where do I want him? Got 3 units. Yeah, I'll put him there for now. And now this is my chance to get my heir. So this is going to be my heir. And let's see, that's going to be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so 300 koku is being spent on my heir, and that's going to be it. Can do a little bit of spying and see. So they have a 1-star general, a samurai archer, and a Yari Ashigaru. I could just take that with what I have here, but I'm just gonna hold on for a second. Gosh, it's tempting, but I need more archers, I think. Yeah, I think I need another unit of archers. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna spend. So I'm gonna buy that next turn as well. And let's see, I'll just keep moving this guy around. Alright, so I got a spear dojo that's built up. And my son has come of age. Yes, there we go. Good. And you can tell that he's my heir because down here he has the little Shimazu Mon right there in his unit card. And let's see, it's tempting. I could really use some archers for this battle coming up here. Oh, looks like we have, yep, Mori's making its move. It's taken Tsunuki. That's a very logical move. Tsunuki has a decent, yeah, that's good farm income. Look at that, 380. And it's usually pretty lightly defended, so Mori does often take that, but so, okay, yeah. Now look at this. So we just checked on this army and it was just a couple units, and now it's more than a couple units, and it's pretty much, I'm pretty sure, because Mori pushed them out of Tsunuki, and I think they've consolidated in Io. So I'm going to take a little peek and see what they have there. And let's see. Gosh, it's tempting. It's really tempting to send my... So, yeah, so that's the question is, do I want to send my heir, which is an archer unit, and I really could use some archers in this army here, or do I send my daimyo, who is really hard to kill and mobile, and he's on, you know, cavalry unit? Let's see, decisions. In any case, I do want more archers being built, so I'm going to go with that. And public order, what we're looking at, 1, okay. Just put 2 shinobi there to make sure that's fine. And let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to go with bringing my daimyo down here. It's just safer. It's just safer. I really don't want my heir to die. And depending on what's in this army, there, you know, there's a good chance that my heir would die. So let's just go with it. And let's see, make sure, yep, those are being produced. I do a lot of double checking, and that's just something I just have to. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, okay, end turn. Alright, let's see. I can move him over, and let's see. Just keep moving these guys around. And now I'm going to start bringing my heir up to Nagato. And what do we have here? Now this isn't looking too bad. They have a negative, so it looks like they're, even though they have a 1-star general, they also have a -2 2-star general. And I think he's the one that's actually leading the army, I think. Yeah, it is, because he's like the lefternmost, you know, he's in this position, the unit cards. So this is the actual leader. And that means, first off, he's a Yoshigaru unit, which is good, because I can punk him. And let's see, 2 units of archers, and then just the rest of Arshigaru. And I can beat that. Yeah, I can beat that, so I'm going to attack. Can I attack this turn? Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot that I already moved him. Yep, so I'm going to be declaring war, and he's probably going to retreat. He's probably going to move to Tosa. And that's okay. As long as I'm making progress here, and I can bring another archer out to start helping out here. And anyone else I can move? He's already been moved, and he's already been moved. And yes, just check my tax rate and make sure I've had on punitive, and that's not going to work. Dang it. Dang. Yeah, see, now, it's tempting, right? Because I have a shinobi in each of these provinces, and they're, you know, they're close, but no, not messing. I'm not messing around here. 110, and nope, still not good enough. Not for me. 115, 105. No, not good enough. Not good enough. I want 112 there. I feel safe. I feel safe with 112. I've just been hurt. I've been hurt too many times before. Alright. Alright, enter. Let's go. Building message from Satsuma. I've finished building the large castle, and I've finished building improved farmland. Good. Yes. Alright. Oh, they're taking this battle. My God, this is great. I don't know if it's great. I always fight in Tosa, so I don't know the geography of EO. What's it like here? I don't know. So yeah, I have a 3-star general against a 0-star general. I don't believe they've reinforced their army. They probably still just have archers and Ashigaru, so let's check it out. Alright, EO, continue, fog all day. Well, you know, fog can be tricky, but fog can work for me as well. There's no hard-coded, well, let's see. It's not, so like fog doesn't like directly affect unit performance. It does mostly just kind of make it hard for the human player to see what's happening, but I don't know, you know, anything about coding AI, but it does, like, they somehow made it so that the AI does confused in the fog. Like their visibility is reduced, and they don't really know what they're doing, and they do kind of do stupid things. So as long as the human player is kind of on their game and making sure that everything is good, it can be taken advantage of. So I'm going to attack and see if I can make this work for me. I know he has 2 units of archers, and I have 1, so yeah, at least in that case, if I can close the distance on him, that will help me. So yes, attack. Let's do it. Let's see. I want to do... Okay, so I'm going to split my army into 3 wings. How many of these guys do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do him and him and him. And he's going to be my left wing. Put my archer in my... and him and him. These will be my center reserves, sort of. And then group these guys and put them in my right wing. And then I'll have my daimyo in an independent group, just sort of floating around. Let's see. And I'm just going to keep them grouped for now, and then I will move them into their grouped wings once we get into the battle. This is sort of how I, work with these larger armies. So yeah, as you can see, it's tough to see anything, and because my visibility is so reduced, I'm not even getting a blinking light showing me where the enemy is. So this is a little scary. I'm just gonna kind of, anytime you're afraid, it's a good thing to just run for the hills. No, so when you don't know really where you're going or where the enemy is in these battles, it tends to be kind of safer to aim for an edge, aim for a side of the map, try to find high ground, and work your way along the high ground until you find the enemy. Now, shoot. Now this is actually, you know what? They have to be over there. The enemy wouldn't, yeah, I'm changing my mind. They have to be over here. The AI really likes its woods and its forests, and that's a 2 for 2 right there. That's a big old forest and a big old hill. So that has to be where they are. Now that I'm absolutely confident and I've made no mistakes, let me just fast forward and hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. Alright, let me, alright, so now that I'm in sort of the area that I want to be in, I'm going to start drawing up my forces. I have sort of this grouped, kind of these group formations that I like to use that I have on hotkeys. So that's going to be my center. Wait, no, it's not going to let me do that. I'm running out of space here. Okay, fine. I'll just go in here then. So I can tell that I've run out of space by, if my yellow clicker here starts to turn red, that means I can't deploy, like so. You see that? That means that the pathfinding is going to get all wonky on me, and it's not going to let me do that. So like, yeah, see, that looks dumb. I don't want to do that either. But whatever. I'll move them up. I'll fix it when it gets when they all get here. All right, now that I'm sort of on the level, well, not level, but now that I'm sort of kind of in the same neighborhood as where I'm expecting the army to be, I can just kind of move and push through these forests and see if I can find them. I'm just going to speed it up for now. Okay, so now I'm going to lead with my right flank. Since, as you can see, I'm already kind of scrunched, so I want to make sure I lead, and then I'll follow up with my left flank, like so. And now I'm going to keep my middle as sort of my reserves. This is my only unit of archers, so I just kind of want to keep them back. And I'll just, yeah, whatever. Put the daimyo around. And this is sort of my top flight, my battle strategies. I always divide them into 3 groups, and then use group formations, and then I'm able to just go from there. Oops. All right. Let's see if I can find these buggers. I don't like it. It's too scrunched. Don't like it. See, now this is a little dicey because it's not letting me stay on high ground. I have to go back, down into this little ravine here, and that's a little scary because if they pop out right here, then they're above me, and I don't want them to be above me. So yeah, let's see if I can kind of just close the distance here and make things okay. Yeah, so so the border is really tight in this map. I know I've already said this, but I don't think I've ever fought on this map before. Alright, let's see. Just keep them coming. And keep them coming. Keep them coming. And yeah, let's just bring him up. I'm not going to want to bring my daimyo in the woods himself because cavalry have a major penalty in the woods. Let's see. Just take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow, I say, as I'm speeding up time. And no, I still can't. Gosh dang it. I can't deploy there. Man, that's really scrunched. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Did I pick the wrong side? See, and this is so, and the way that the battles are lost on this game, at least for me, because I mean I have decent micro, and I have a decent understanding of how this game works, but the way that I lose still, or will still lose, is if I start thinking, you know, I essentially get lulled into a sense of like, oh, okay, you know, they're not here. And then they jump me, and then they beat me, and the AI is capable of doing that in this game. I mean, I get beaten because they jump out of the woods and surprise me, which I gotta say is kind of refreshing. I mean, it's good generalsmanship. It's good. It's a good strategical sense from the AI, and again, in a game that's 20 years old. So I don't, you know, you might wonder why I'm not like just kind of pushing through quickly. It's because I'm scared. I want to lose. And I have to keep in mind a decent, you know, I have like 3 units of my army are peasants. So, you know, if I think I'm scared, they're terrified. They just want to go home. You don't want to be here. Yeah, let's just keep this guy push. I wonder if I chose the wrong side. If I chose the wrong side, that would be unfortunate, because it's difficult. Like, it just doesn't, it takes way too long to, again, like switch sides and go to the other side of the battlefield and try to find them. Yeah, that might be what happened. I chose to fight in the fog in a map that I'm not familiar with. And that I think I might be paying the price for that. Yeah, I chose the wrong side, gal dang it. Yeah, another thing to keep in mind is that, like I was saying before, with like the AI being kind of like silly when they fight in the fog, is that so they would almost always fight, you know, on a forest on the tallest hill, which I think is this hill, right? Well, because they're fighting in the fog in this battle, they might have just been like completely bonkers and chose something else, and that might be what they did. Maybe they would normally have been here, but because it's a fog battle, they just kind of like derped out and, you know, didn't know where they were, sort of thing. And just, you know, maybe they deployed right out in the open. Yes, they did. Look at that. There they are. They're standing right out in the open. And that's something I could almost promise you that they wouldn't be doing that. There is another idea, is that since that's probably just a partial army, they probably have units hidden in the forest on the other side, expecting me to just kind of walk out in the open and attack these guys. That's probably what they had in mind. Since I am fighting in the fog, this gives me a chance, since I've discovered them out in the open here, now I have a chance to sort of creep up and take their flank. And let's see, so I have around half time left. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, that's this up here, so timing remaining. I might be able to still salvage this. I might be able to still win this battle. If not, maybe, you know, just kind of take a few units with me, or not. I'm not going to sacrifice myself. No, just want to take a few units before the timer runs out, and then I can attack again in the next turn. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to keep pushing up. I only have the 1 unit of archers, so I can't really skirmish. I just have to be aggressive. And outflank and push. And let's see, I can bring these guys down here and do that and do that. And yeah, maybe I can just pincer these 2 units right there. And if I look off into the distance, I see some more samurai archers coming to the rescue, and that's a tempting target for my daimyo. Where have I sent you, buddy? Where are you at? You going over here? I'm gonna send you over here, and maybe I can cut off this unit of archers. And let's see. Now they're retreating. If I can kind of cut off this retreat, that would be good. More archers would be better, but let's see. And let's see. So it doesn't look like he has any spears supporting out here, so I'm going to send my daimyo in to attack him there. And let's see if I can keep this wrap around here, there, and what are these guys doing? And they're, oh, yep, so they're moving to attack my daimyo, so get out of there if I can. So disengaging is tricky in this game. It's, they stick. I mean, they stick. So now they're running away. Good. Both units are running. Yep, they're all running away. Awesome. Let's see. My only guys are they all running? Are they running too? No, stay in fight. So yeah, these guys are going to get a lot of kills. They're going to run right into there because armies, when they break, they run straight back to their deployment zone. So it's really good to get around them, right? But in this case, I only have this one detachment that was able to flank and get around them. So let's see if I'm able to Ashigaru. Running away. Okay. Let's see if I can get these guys. Just cut them off. Probably not. They're probably already out of the way. And here, and yeah, let's see if, well, yeah, let's see if we can get something. Let's see if we can cut off these guys. Nope, they're not gonna get them. And let's see. There we go. And yeah, let's see. Just cut off this group here. So at least I can get these guys. You know, now that I think of it, it's actually a good thing that I'm letting the Taisho go, because as we saw, he is -2 honor, so he sucks. And for some reason, he's leading these armies, even though there is a 1-star general, which is the archer unit. So yeah, just keep him alive, and you know, beat him later, beat him when it's time. So it looks like I'll be able to take this, unless there's more people hiding in the woods, and hopefully not. I didn't, you know, keep track. I wasn't really counting all the units, but that felt right. That felt like that was all of them. Let's see. Let's just finish this up. Let's see. Make sure I get everyone. There we go. Continue. Lost 49 and killed 157, so that's a decent outcome. Iyo province conquered. Alright. And now my daimyo is a 4-star daimyo. Sweet. Got a average harvest of 1458. Okay. Alright. Let's check some stuff out. Public order is still looking okay. That's down all the way, right? Yeah, yes it is. So we'll move him there. Now I want to start building a castle right away. Castles help hold frontier provinces. I think it also might be hard-coded that you know, the AI is less likely to attack provinces that have castles in it, but mostly it provides a structure to fall back to. That way it can essentially hold a province with just like one unit, like I was doing here in Nagato for a while. So I basically build castles in every province. In addition to that, castles are required to build ports, and I build ports in pretty much every single province that I can, because that's a, you know, constant 200 koku per year, and that's scary. That's what I was afraid of. No Jachi swordsman. Holy crap. 3-star general. Yikes. And they already have 2 units of them, so I need... okay, yeah. So that army took a few knocks. That's the one that I just fought. But then they have these two guys here, so not a lot of like real good solid holding power. They're all they have for mainline units is these Ashigaru peasants, which are almost all broken, or not broken, but they're depleted. They're hurt. They're in pain. A couple low strength archer units here. I really only have to worry about these two guys, but that's a decent general right there. That's a decent general. So yeah, it's gonna be a decent little battle. That Tosa is gonna be tough. And in addition to that, I also have to worry about the Mori taking, well, the Mori being here in Sanuki. So I have to wait a couple turns to for my castle to be built, and then I can attack Tosa as soon as that's done. So what do we got here? I want more archers in this army over here. And I'll just keep bringing my heir over to Nagato. And let's see here. What can I... Yeah, so now it's time to build the sword dojo. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the one that I need to produce the Nodachi swordsman. So yeah, put that one in, 500 koku. And I want to build more farm income upgrades. So let's see, 408, yes. So put this in here, upgrade that, and yeah, that's enough for now because I have to build soldiers. I gotta spend some money on soldiers. So I'm gonna do archers, and I'm gonna go with Ashigaru, and I think I'm good on Shinobi. No, actually I'm not good on Shinobi. I need more Shinobi. So the other thing I need to be careful of with my heir is, so keep him alive in battle is one thing, but also protecting him from ninjas, because ninjas can nail this guy. So essentially what I want to do is escort him with Shinobi at all times. I'm talking, it's actually a good idea to do that and just make sure there's a Shinobi on him right now, just because. So yeah, I need to start pumping those guys out, get a bunch of Shinobi. I'm talking 4 at least. I want 4 Shinobi on them. It's even good to have a couple on my daimyo, but daimyos just are pretty resilient to that sort of stuff. Again, they don't die as easy to it. 2 usually suffices, or will suffice. But yeah, it's definitely a priority to get some Shinobi bodyguarding my heir and tucking him in at nights to make sure he's safe. Okay, let's see. Let me just check the time. I know I'm cutting it pretty close here. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this episode. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the golden pearl, which is Tosa itself, but that's fine. We can save that for next episode and leave this episode as just sort of a consolidation. And I did have to spend a bit of time talking about certain details of certain game mechanics. I think it was worth spending the time doing that. So yeah. Well, not a whole lot of action, but I got a province taken, and I think in the next episode there's going to be some more action going on here in the Shikoku province, and hopefully I can finish taking this province itself. And in the meantime, there's eventually going to be conflict with Mori, and it's only a matter of time. Will they attack Nagato, or are they going to attack Io? Yes, we'll find out. So until then, next time I'll be doing a campaign probably next week, and I'll see you all then. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye now.